good choice. All right.
Thank you.
One, your outfit is nailing it for my rock and roll audition.
Thank you.
Nice choice. Second of all, if you're gonna do this song, which is not a bad choice, I would put it in a better key for you. Through this whole process, I know the guy I always used to be one of the accompanists here, Ben Rahola. I know he charges. He has like an online way he does it. Ben Rahola, check him out. Anyway, I'll get this transposed into a better key for you. You can also do that on musicnotes.com. You should, just the way that you make sound in your face, that sounds really weird. Like, I'm a geek for the way that people produce whatever. You should sing Ingrid Michaelson stuff. Like, if you're gonna do pop and like rock stuff, for you, and for today we'll do this, but you should stay away from like the louder, edgier rock and sort of go like Jar of Hearts would be great for you. Either some of the more mellow Sarah stuff, like it's just the way that you make noise would be right for that. If you are there, if you show up, if you have a time, if you are there, that 2 minutes in the room is yours. They have to give it to you. You're in line or you got an appointment or whatever. It's your time. So don't go in there and, I'm sorry, I really wish I had been more. I mean, if something really horrible happens, if you light the table on fire or something, you should probably apologize. But like generally speaking, don't apologize ever, because this is your moment. This is your song. You worked on it. You're gonna sing the crap out of it, and it's your moment. And that's a really important attitude to have coming into the room. And it's not, you don't have to be snooty about it. It's just, it's taking ownership of the time. Right? Like that's like super, super, super important. Don't let them head down, okay, don't feel rushed. Take as much time as you need. So for you, especially with a song like this that you don't know that well, pretend like you do. That's step one. I think for you, picking a strong focal point is gonna be really important. Your eyes were kind of going, and that's just, even I know you're thinking about the lyrics and stuff, but it just, it steals your strength. Because you're not picking where to look anymore. You're kind of, you're thinking, and I can see you thinking, and it takes me out of what you're doing. It sounds great in your voice, so don't worry about that. And I know you're worried about the words, but let's just try to do it again. Try to have a little bit more confident stance, and pick a spot to look at on the back wall for now, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Through the storm, we reach the shore. Give it all, but I want more. And I'm waiting for you. With or without you. With or without you. I can't live.
That was better? I could see your hands wanted to creep up so bad. You were like, ugh. And again, also, hands probably stuck to your legs probably isn't the best choice, but that's better than what you were doing before. Because before you were kind of, it was like nervous hands, you know? Again, this is another one of those things that's like, I think it's very deep subject matter for teenagers, just because it's another one. It's like literally, listen to what he's saying. I can't live with you or without you. My life sucks because I met you. Like, that's what he's saying. Like, I can't, like, I love you so much that when I'm not with you, I hate everything. But when you're around, you drive me crazy because I hate you so much. Like, it's like, that's horrible, right? But again, like with her song, you found some moments of joy in that, which is good. There has to be, I think it's important in songs like that to find the pain in them, though. And like, there's a lot of, even though it's a fun pop song and it's U2 and look at all the lights at this concert and whatever, like there's a lot of, like when you sit down to write a song, I don't know if any of you write, like it comes from a lot of times like a really awful place. Like no matter what kind of song you're writing, to be inspired to write a song like You're a Beautiful Disaster or With or Without You, you're obviously wounded in some way, right? And I think that that's important to bring to a song like this. Now we probably don't, we don't have that kind of time today, but that's something, if you're going to do this song or songs like this, you need to think about that. Like, look at the lyrics, look at what they're talking about. Just think about the subject matter, and then think about my friend Carlos. He was my director in the show, and he'd always be like, raise the stakes. You are at such an emotional pitch singing this song that that's what's going to make you sing that song loud. That's what's going to make you be able to really riff on this song. You know what I mean? So let's try it again. Take your hands off your legs, but don't do what you did the first time. Because like when you talk, I mean, I'm Italian, so I use my hands all the time when I talk. It's natural to move your body, to move your arms when you're singing or talking or doing something emotional. Like it's totally natural. And I know it feels unnatural because people are watching you now. Like it's the watch pot doesn't boil kind of thing, right? But it's okay to, again, think about the verbs that you're using. I want more. There can be a not necessarily this. I mean, you can do that if you want, but like an action that is trying to actively pull things in, right? It's about freedom. But again, if you're a person who doesn't move that much, then don't move that much. Which is why I think that Ingrid Michaelson can probably be better. It's a little more mellow than this, but like even that. I mean, if you want to fix your hair, if you want to whatever is happening. If your hair falls in your face, then fix it while you're singing, but don't make it an extra thing. Don't be like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to fix my hair while I was singing. Like, don't do that. But like, if you make it, run your fingers through your hair, do something, you can always make it authentic for your body and the way that you're feeling in that moment, right? If your hands are someplace for longer than 3 seconds, I'm gonna clap my hands. And you keep singing, but you have to move them.
Through the storm, we reach the shore. Give it all, but I want more. And I'm waiting for you, with or without you.
Silly, and it was silly, but like that's what, when you're working on this kind of stuff at home or for your next audition or whatever, your physicality, your voice is great, you're a pretty girl, you dressed right, everything's great. Your physicality is what's going to take you to the next level, because if you look uncomfortable, if you look like you don't know what to do with your hands, you could be the best actress in the world and no one's going to listen to you because we're looking at your hands. You know what I mean? And that just doesn't, you're better than that, and it's just you can take it's so easy to do. You just do it in front of the mirror. And because even just then, even though it felt ridiculous to you and we were all laughing, you were finding new, and because you weren't thinking and you were just doing it because I told you to, the motions that you chose fit with the lyrics that you were saying. So it's not something that you're not capable of doing, you just need to give it some thought. But that was really good.
It was fun to go out of my comfort zone. Rock music really isn't my forte. And it was fun to go out there and do one of my favorite U2 songs. I know I need to work on it still, and I need to move my hands more. I know that, but it was good, and I felt like a rock star. My outfit sort of contributed to the entire rock star persona, and it was really all around fun. And I definitely want to work on more rock music in the future.
Jenna just sang a U2 song. So we decided that if she's going to do it, she needs to transpose that song. Because it's hard for girls to sing songs in guy keys sometimes. It sits in a really delicate place in their voice. She's not particularly experienced with the genre of that type of music, so I again pushed that kind of girl indie rock vibe. I think like her singing Ingrid Michaelson would be great, something a little more mellow. But she did great. She really went out of her comfort zone, and we worked on some physicality stuff, and I think she really took to it, and I think if she works on that stuff at home in front of the mirror, I think that she'll really be able to get a good vibe physically for this type of music. And if she continues to pick songs in this kind of genre, I think she's going to have great success. I'm glad we got to do this year. It's all girls last year. Bring it, baby. What are you singing?
Can't Fight This Feeling anymore.
Yes! I'm so excited.
Oh, now I'm nervous. I'm
so excited!
All right. Fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. It's time to bring this ship into the shore and throw away the horse forever.
all, I think big thing is, unless the audition is for something very specific, like when I went in for hair, I did what you just did, like looking at the people. I get it, but like, I always think it's probably a better idea just to go a little bit over their heads. Just because like, a lot of times, like they'll be like this, like even if you were doing, and I wouldn't be paying attention, like I'd be like, you'd be singing to me and I'd be like, and then you're looking at somebody who's like, visually not paying attention to you. If you ever audition for Diane Paulus, like she loves it, she'll eat it up. She'll be like, oh my God, you're so great, look right at me. But she's the best. But for the most part, unless the situation is very specific, I would just advise against that. So I would pick a spot, back there. And for you too, you have a very classical musical theater voice. Like your voice sounds like musical theater. So this next time, let's do no vibrato at all. For you, this time, I want you to like put your feet shoulder width apart, put your hands at your sides, and just say, like, give me some thumbs in some pockets. Like, give me like a manly stance. Like thumbs in pockets, hands in pockets. There you go. Good. So, and just literally feet. See, yep, there you go. And just sing it straight tone like that as an experiment, and then we'll build from here. Okay. Now this is a big joyful song. Yeah. We can go to the happy place in this song. There was one part you can change something melodic that I liked. When I started fighting for, and then the second time you do it, do that is better, or not necessarily that, but you can do something because otherwise you're just singing the hook twice. It's like, whatever.
That's exactly what's written, actually.
Is it? Oh, well then you should sing what's written.
That's how it's written anyway.
All right, good. I'll go ahead and sing what's written. I'm so smart! Okay.
Well, you just heard this song too many times and now.
Yeah, that's. I just mentioned my kind bars. Anyway, so all right, let's take it. Let's free up a little bit more. But I like because you have a bouncy energy, just like in the world. So I think this is fine because it's kind of like a bubbly pop song, and it's not what they were doing, But I think that it's important to ground yourself. Like I always talk about, like I find like the best actors, like if they don't have to be doing anything. If they're just standing on a stage and it's not their turn to talk, it looks like they have roots growing out of their feet, like into the ground. Like there's just something grounded and rooted about them. And I think it's a lifelong journey to try to get there to that place where you feel that way. But I think that's always the goal. And it's not that you have to keep your feet on the floor, but like you just want to feel like you're connected to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So maybe free up your body, but I liked your feet kind of where they were.
Okay. I can't fight this feeling anymore. I forgot what I started fighting for. Yes!
That wasn't what was written, but that was fierce. Get it, girl!
I was like, that's how it was written. I was like,
get it, girl! Okay, so that was good.
Okay.
I think you wanna, like, remember when we talked about like the heart chakra thing? This is a very, like, you're saying, I love you a lot. Dora wants to love me. I'm coming for you, baby. Like, I love you so much. And it's like, it sounds a little creepy when you say that. I'm gonna break your door down. It's kind of weird. But this session has gone so off the rails, it's unbelievable. But anyway, it's a joyful song. So feel free. I just say use your arms. I mean, you can. And again, this is the thing, I will never tell you where to do it, but if you feel the need to move, I think that this is a song where you could use some of those bigger gestures and show us a little bit more of your emotional journey, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and keep your feet where they are, but start with your hands not like that.
I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for.
job. But I think this is a great song for you because of your natural energy. And like I think this is a perfect example of what I've been trying to talk about. Is like you want to find material that is going to highlight not what a great actor you are, or a great singer you are, or whatever, but what a great you are.
I had so much fun today. It definitely put me out of what I was normally used to doing, such as like the typical musical theater pieces. But overall it was helpful because it taught me a new technique to bring to these types of songs, so hopefully I could add more to my repertoire for when I go into auditions.
Taylor sang one of my favorite songs, I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. It reminded me of Mitch Jarvis and Adam Danheiser touching fingers in Rock of Ages. He's like the quintessential bubbly, excited teenager. Like he sang a song, of all the 4 people, I think he sang the song that was the most appropriate for his type today. It allowed him to be bubbly and happy. It allowed him to be a little silly, which I thought was great. He sang it great. It's a tough song to count. You would think it's just a rock song, so it's like straight ahead. So we had a little challenge there, but he overcame it and did great. And I think that's a wonderful song that he should totally keep in his book.
I guess, when did you decide that you wanted to do more rock musical theater than classical?
Well, I've never been asked that question before. I like fell in love with musical theater when, like in like Les Mis and Miss Saigon and Jekyll and Hyde, like these big epic musicals. And then I went to college for musical theater, and then I dropped out at 20, and I moved to New York, and I did Miss Saigon, and then I just never really, I'm not a technical singer, really, so I guess it just sort of developed over time. And then, I had earrings. I got earrings when I was 18. I didn't have any tattoos yet, but then like I kept going on, and then I booked hair, and I got my first tattoos in London in 2008. Now I have 8 of them. So like, being a big, tall guy, having earrings, having tattoos, and the way I sing, it just sort of has progressed. I also, those are the shows that I find interesting now. Like Once, Hair, American Idiot, even Rock of Ages, which is, not a moving piece of theater, but it's the things that I find interesting. It's the stuff I like to sing. I'm a tenor anyway, like I'm a rock tenor, so there's not much stuff. I'm not going to play Tony and West Side Story, it's not going to happen. So, and like listen to me, I talk like I smoke 15 packs of cigarettes a day. Like it's just the way that my instrument is. I'm 30 years old now, it's probably not going to change. There's not all the money on voice lessons in the world are going to get me to be able to sing Rodgers and Hammerstein, so just kind of got to dance with the girl that brought you, I guess.